So I think we'll start here. Like, what is it that you actually want? Like, what is that thing for you guys?
I like consistency to flow all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like you were saying with the headspace thing, you could do everything that you've always done, and for some reason there's just nothing, and then your mind kicks in and you go, oh, I guess I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, true.
And then the next week, all of a sudden you get listings again and you go, oh great.
You're right, you're happy again.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, that's right.
All the time.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah, I want to break that for you.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I want you to leave out of here with, is breaking that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? But what is it that you actually want? This is the single most important question, I think, that's going to determine your success.
You mean the bigger picture of what you
It could be
actually
anything.
want?
Like, I want a waterfront home now. I want to do a new thing. I just want a waterfront home. That's all I want. Like Matt King's mansion. Maybe not that big. But that's driving me right now.
If I wanted something that I wouldn't have to think or worry, can I afford that? It's just, I don't have to have an overflowing bank account, but it's just got to be, do well at our job so that there's always money there to do whatever it is we would want to do.
Yeah, so maybe a financial amount, maybe, whatever. I don't know.
There's no
everyone's going to be
particular
different.
number,
Everyone's
yeah.
going to have a different thing.
Yeah, of course.
You know? What is it? You know, what is that thing? Talk about
I think for me it's like I've realised that we can aspire and have all these financial goals and big houses and do 1 million GCI or beat this person or beat that person, but I think for me I've kind of realised more and more in the busier I'm getting and the team we're growing, but that if I'm driving home at night, that you know what I can say, you know what, I actually gave it a shot. Like I actually went out and did what I had to do, and that for me feels good. And whatever happens financially, or that it will happen if I know if I wake up in the morning and do what I need to do and do the work and be positive and help the people in my team.
Yeah.
If I'm driving, if I stop and go to run to my kids, I'm like, you know what, I actually what I was planning to do.
You killed that.
Yeah.
So that's your driver.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Anyone else? I don't need to go through the whole room, but just anything else. So that's good. See how they're like all different. Like waterfront home might mean nothing to you. And I don't walk around telling people that, I just happen to be talking about it in here. But the number one in McGrathing was a driver for me for so long. So long. It just was all consuming. And it was pretty hard too. You know, it took everything. Anything else?
I think mine's just consistent happiness every day.
Consistent happiness?
Yeah.
Keep going. We're going to talk about that too.
Or sticking with a girlfriend.
That will make you unhappy. Here's the reason. The fire that you have will determine your outcome. I'm telling you. The fire that you have will determine how successful you become. Have you ever met someone that just wants something so much you can see it in their eyes? Like you can feel it with everything that, all of their energy around them, they just want something so much, and it's like, it's contagious in a way. Can you tell Phil wants a successful business? Yeah. And we talk about prospecting and listing, and I don't really talk a lot about that stuff. I know it's important, but if you're a nice guy and you know you're trustworthy and you're there and you're year after year staying in contact, I'll probably list my homes here. You don't need to go in and say, hey, McGrath this and I'm amazing, and if anything, I say hardly any of that. But people can sort of see it, they can sort of look in your eyes and touch your soul and see what sort of person you are. You just got to build a relationship with them. So it's really about the longer term game. But the fire is about the short term game. So how hungry you are. What do you want to write this year? 2. Why?
It's just a goal.
Yeah. 2. Will you be any different writing 2?
No, it won't be, no.
Oh, probably be more stressed.
It makes me long term.
Yeah, it's just a mark.
Yeah.
It's a mark. What do you write now?
1 3.
1 3. So you've got 700 grand to create.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a 30% growth or whatever it is on your business. Yeah, maybe more. I don't, math isn't my thing. But your fire will be the difference. So when things don't go well, when you're in a slump, when you're stuck, that's when it's going to count.
Yeah.
Yeah? So how hungry is everybody in here? How hungry? Like, is it coming out your eyes with, like, everything? So for 15 years, and I'm just going to take them, I never talk about my results, achievements, nothing. It's just not my thing. But if you think about it, for 15 years, I got a picture of the number one in my grafting, and you know how many years I came second? Like, do you know how many years? Like, seriously, like, I go to the awards thing, second. Like, oh, actually I didn't go, but the awards thing, second, and then I'd have to do the whole year again. You know? But I never thought once it's too hard. I never thought, am I going to do it, am I not going to do it, it's just a matter of time. Because the fire was burning. The fire's changed a little bit now for me.
Are you still as hungry?
Yeah, but in a different way now.
Where did you
Like,
shift?
next level thing, watch over time. I'll show you. Yeah.
Matt, what happened last year? Because obviously
Last
the
year?
shift you had from observation, you come
Yeah.
second to like almost doubling what you did last year.
Yes.
This year.
Yeah.
What happened there?
The fire got stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. You could almost just feel it building it and building it and building it and building. You know?
Yeah.
I was watching Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor the other day, and like swearing and yelling at each other and things, but Floyd Mayweather said something that was pretty cool. He said, I'm not a champion for a year, I've been a champion for 21 years. And that's pretty major. And so about half of his life, he's had that fire so strong to remain at number one. That's extraordinary. You know? So what's really possible in your mind? What is possible for you guys? The 2 million is easy. You know? Because I think when you become that person, things actually just happen around you and be attracted to you and come your way, and the bumps actually teach you more and make you that person that you need to be. It's like when people win lotto and they spend it all and they go broke. If they got another $1 million a few years down the track, they'd actually manage it better. You know? So if there's one thing that you leave with out of here today, and I don't catch up with many people, but I really want you to give thought to what do you want and what's your fire like? And if you can't answer that properly, I would leave the industry. I would. Because there's other things to do. There's a big life out there. You know?
I think you were right when you said things across earlier, when you said people can tell how you feel as you're coaching them, if you're being honest and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I like, the honesty that people can feel that's coming out.
Yeah.
People see agents as being shifty or
Yeah.
not saying the truth all the time. And,
Yeah.
I think I get a lot of happiness out of people coming towards me for help because they know I'm going to be honest about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's exactly right. A humble hunger is good.
Yeah.
You don't need to convince people to buy in. You're just got to be there with them.
Just help them.
You do. If you can become the expert of humbly helping someone, you're going to have so many clients you don't even know what to do with them. So I think scripts and dialogues and all of that are useful, but you sort of don't need them. What was your name? Olivia. So if you were my best friend, would I study scripts and dialogues before we had a juice the next day on what to say?
Be weird.
Pardon? Yeah, you don't need to. So I'm just interested in you. I'm interested in how your day's going, how life is going. What if we just thought about that? And say, hey, I know you don't need to sell today, but I'm here for the next 20 years just to keep you updated with what's happening around you and just see how we go. So we come from this place like we have to get listings and sales and all of this stuff. But when you're in that desperate mode or that need mode, you actually won't find it. And the ones that you do, you don't want to deal with anyway. They can tell. I know we need to eat, I know we need to make sales and all of that stuff, but the problem with this industry is when you start, they expect you to go out and find leads and find stuff. Instead of saying, look, over the next 12 months, let's just subtly grow your database and your profile and your connections, and I'll show you how to just be aware of who's where and help them get from here to here. I think if we went about it that way, we'd actually be more successful. Yeah, we would. So Olivia's question about consistency is exactly that. You must be consistent if you want to experience consistent business. So what does that mean? Taking good care of yourself. Doing basic things every day. It's the boring things that actually create success in this business. Managing your energy. So not 1,001 much stands every month. It's just like so people know managing your energy. That's the biggest thing. You need to become an energy master in this business. It will change your life actually. It's not real estate. It's bigger than that. So what does a consistent day look like for you? And everyone's going to be different. Some people like to get up early, some people like to get up later. Like, don't worry about looking at Tom Panos or Gary Vaynerchuk and all these people who are up at the crack of dawn. If you don't want to, don't do it. But just be super productive the 5 hours that you're at work. Like if you're a mum, it's so difficult trying to work out how to make life work. Mentally, emotionally, 45,000 things going on. You might only be able to work 4 hours a day. But you've got to make them the best 4 hours you can possibly do. Like the best. You know? What does that consistent pattern look like for you? I know Phil talked about ideal days and ideal weeks. But when you look at somebody who's successful in anything, they've just really been successful each day, after day, after day, after day, after day, after day. So what does that look like for you guys? Have you ever really thought about it? As it gets busy, what's the first thing to drop off? Prospecting. You write 2 million, you got to prospect. You have to prospect. It should be the only thing to stick in your diary. Really. If that's going to build your business for tomorrow, because we can't actually ring China and order stock like other companies. We've got to create our stock. It's invisible. Do you know? And then when we find a piece of stock, there's 30 bloody agents all going for it as well. Do you know? Purple bricks and all of this chaos out there. The only way to protect your business is to do it each day. So when they call you and say, come and see me, you've been speaking to me for 10 years, that's how you write big numbers. So the prospecting has like a lot of value now, because in 10 years' time, you will write 3.2 million. But if you miss it, you can never replace it. Do you get it? And every day that you don't, you sort of get backwards a bit. If you want consistent results, there we go. That should be your number one thing. Who prospects consistently here? Yeah. In the work a core area? Yeah? Who works a core area? Okay, who works it really well? Who has 50% market share?
We've got close for a while.
That's awesome. That's where the magic is. 50% market share, consistent business, flow of stuff coming in. People will ring you outside the area and you sort of go, do I want it or not? Pete Chauncey does that. I had a guy ring me from Sydney and he said, do you know Peter Chauncey? I said, yeah. And he goes, mate, that guy, I have a house like in the next suburb or the one after. I didn't know where it was, but just close. And Pete said, no, I'm not the agent for you. He said, I like a $3 million home and he won't come to my house. And I'm like, okay. Why are you ringing me? Yeah, he was just like, he just couldn't believe it, but I could understand why. His energy is important. His focus is important. His time is important. So he'd rather give it to, what's his suburb? Narrowburn. Yeah, he'd rather give it to those homes. Great position to be in. Most agents would be like salivating and running over there and overpricing it because it's not their area and all of this stuff. You know? So how much do you want it? What are you prepared to say no to in life? You do have to make sacrifice in the beginning to stretch, for sure.
Now,
Yep.
how do you manage your energy? Like when you feel good and you're pumped, you'll go hard and you'll get all this business and it's good flow. But then if that flow turns into, I find like you're really tired and then you don't realise you're tired until it's too late. How do you manage that? Like, how did you manage that? So that it doesn't get to that stage.
So you get a bit like,
It gets too much, and then you stop, just the hunger sort of drops off, and then because you're thinking you're too tired, and like how do you just consistently
not
be
burn out.
have
You
good
might
energy?
do that. I don't. That's the fire. I'm telling you. It's like, I get it, we get tired, but I sort of don't. Like I want it that much. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be a high performer in this business. And what is a high performer anyway? I don't think it's the numbers that you write. I honestly don't. Your life's going to be no different than 2 million. You know, more overhead, more stress, more management, all of this stuff. But in your brain, I get it, you want it. You could write $1 million a year, have a highly profitable business, and a great life.
Yeah.
So what are you judging yourself against? If you're tired, it's work less. Structure it differently. Your energy is the most important thing. When you're 60 years old, no one will give a crap about how many houses you sold. But if you're 60 years old with a heart attack potential, or you're unhealthy, or you're over it and burnt out and just hating life, have you ever met a cranky old person? I'm getting it. No. Cranky old person?
It's not.
Yeah. Have you ever wondered why they're so cranky? Why? Pardon? Pardon? Health. Yeah, they did something they didn't want to do all their life.
Yeah.
They hate their wife. They're stuck. It's like no one did it to them.
Yeah.
They did it themselves. Yeah? And I'm answering your question in a funny sort of way, but it's all about energy. Your life will be so much better when you take off the I must do this because that's what I think I'm supposed to do. Write 800, design your life, work the hours you want, get all the sleeps and the naps and everything that you need to feel amazing. You'll love it. And no one will judge you for it. It's a bit of an illusion, this business. Writing 4 million and 5 million and 2 million. I think I was the happiest writing under 1 million, hungry as anything, running around trying to just find business. Do you get what I mean though? Do you really understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll probably never sit in a room again with anyone this year. So I want you to take something out of it. I want you to go home and think, what do I want my life to look like? It doesn't have to be 10 years' time. Just this year, next year. How you feel. Have you got a partner?
Yeah.
Yeah? He, she?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She?
Yeah.
Okay. Kids?
No, we're getting married in October.
Okay. So, what makes you the happiest
I guess knowing that
in life?
having a good balance.
Yeah. I can tell that from the way you asked the question. I think that should be your most important goal in life at the moment, not the numbers you write. Yeah.
But at the same time, you want to reach a certain level because you want to outdo yourself, so become better, but also live a comfortable life too, so that you can have the balance.
I think for you, and it's only the angels talking to me here, but I think for you, you should concentrate, don't try and outdo yourself all the time. I think at the moment, create consistency, create steadiness. I think you'll love it. When you find that rhythm to life, it'll build on itself anyway. Everything good grows. And then you can worry about the management of it down the track. I think for now, just work out how life's going to feel best for you. Yeah, the rest will come.
Hey, question. You mentioned that you've always had this burning
Yeah.
burning desire. Like it's always been you've kind of always been hungry. Did you have that when you came into this industry, and did it kind of grow, or did you kind of develop over time?
I was a mess when I came into this industry. Everyone know my story here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Most do.
I'm sure everyone can share it later, but I was a mess, and I just had to make myself legal. I had to turn my life around, but I made a decision that I wanted to be the best at it. So no, I wasn't winging it. I just decided that I really wanted to go after something. That first line that I shared with you at the beginning, really we could just talk about that, decide on that, and that would be it. You know? I see this as like a sport. I really do. Like, people play golf, people surf, whatever. I just decided real estate. It's like a sport to me. So you can't be a Mick Fanning without being in the water every day, 8 hours a day. People look at him winning all these things, but he spent his life training. You know, I see it no different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do, like if you're having a bad day, what do you do to get yourself into that positive frame of mind again?
I sort of don't. And I know it sounds weird, I sort of don't. I make a real conscious decision to control my energy. Yeah.
So what's your routine then that you are in that zone all the time? So obviously you have your morning routine,
Yeah.
and you consciously put yourself in a particular mind frame
Yeah.
at the beginning of the day to deal with whatever comes.
I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah,
We've got a whole little section on it.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about it.
Go
I
for
can't
it.
stand scripts and knowledge, by the way, and all this stuff. I like this stuff because
Okay.
it's like, yeah, more fun.
And just in terms of confidence, like I know it sounds stupid, but obviously you have fluctuations in
Yeah,
your confidence.
for
And
sure.
like, is there a time when it was affected you and your business?
Yeah, way. Like I'm naturally very shy, and when you don't exactly know what you're doing in the early stages, but I think when you work really hard, like towards something, the confidence just comes over time. Even now, like I'll go to appointments if it's like, maybe less now, but if the people were really wealthy and I wasn't, it used to play in my mind. I used to think, well, pardon?
Intimidating a bit.
Yeah, and I used to be like really awkward, you know? Because I'd always be thinking, I wonder what they're thinking about, like dealing with me, you know? I think, again, when your energy is steady, it sort of like brings better confidence. Like they feel that you're in tune, and they'll be attracted to that. Yeah. Otherwise, you just gotta go be really successful like you do, then you get really confident.
We had Josh Beacon yesterday, and so great. I took a lot out of it. And but one thing that I feel that I need to work on is that confidence. Like it's like you say it and you're direct, and people, I don't have that.
When you're really prepared,
Yeah.
it will be more like that. So you're super prepared around what you do. This is like, do you listen to yourself? Yeah. Area specialist. You spend the next 5 years doing that. You'll know it better than anybody else. You'll like want to be breaking down doors to go speak to people because you just know it better than them. You know?
So education first.
Yeah, yeah. I know energy sounds like the answer to everything for me, but I've learnt a lot. Like I've actually had to work myself out of here to get to here. And unless you're the person you want to be inside, people will sense your lack of confidence. I'm telling you. If you're anxious, if you're nervous, people will see it. You can see the energy around you. The steadier you are, the more in tune you'll be, and the more inspired you'll feel to say the right things at the right time, and things will come together much easier. Have you ever been in the flow? Anyone ever been in the flow in here? Yeah. What happens? Tell me about it. Have you ever been in the flow? What was your name?
Paula.
Paula.
Yeah.
I like your hair, by the way. What? Have you ever been in the flow? Ever? I'm talking to you now.
What about the confidence now, Paula?
Yeah, you get on a roll and you talk and you're not really thinking too much about what you're going to say next because it's naturally going to flow and you have
Yeah.
what you're going to talk about because you know. But
Why would you get into flow out of interest? Like, what makes you get into flow?
because you're excited or passionate about something or you're interested about something.
Yeah. Yeah. If you just had a massive month the month before and you've sold 10 properties or 8 properties or you're just killing it, are you in the flow? When you speak to the next person, can they sense that?
Yep.
And they think, this girl's on fire?
Yeah.
Yeah? She's been the hairdresser's killing it. Yeah?
Yeah.
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 Why wouldn't you do that every day?
Because I doubt myself. I don't know.
No, you don't. I'm going to teach you how to get in the flow over time. Okay? All right. I don't do many of these points. Let's just talk about this quickly. You've got to have a simple recipe. Just a very simple one. Keep things simple, you'll sustain it. Phil was making me go cross-eyed. I was like, well, I couldn't absorb anymore, but that's how his mind works. That works for him. So 30 connects a day, hand deliver letters. There's a reason that hand delivering letters is good. Thank you cards, write a thank you card to everybody that you meet or speak to that day. 100% owner calls. Owner satisfaction is prospecting. You got 10 owners, blow their pants off. Yeah? That is prospecting.
So what do you mean by 100% owner call?
Oh, connects. Talk to them every day. Just every day talk to them. If you've got nothing to say, got nothing to say, just want to say hi.
Like
Hi.
Chris Voss, yeah.
Pardon?
Like Chris Voss was talking about that, I reckon, when he was talking to the parents of like children abducted or just letting them know what's happening so they don't have to wait
Yeah.
that long, you know?
You're there. Builds trust. You get an offer, you get lower, you build trust, they're going to listen to you. You don't have to have these wrestles. These wrestles are no good. Exercise every day. Who exercises most days? The best. 5 past client calls and role play. Who role plays in here? Do you role play?
No.
No? Why?
As a group, we do once a week.
No.
We do once a week.
Do you role play?
No, I don't.
No. Why not? Does Mick Venning practice?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Did you role play? All right, 2 million?
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a $2 million role player, it will come. Yeah. People will feel it, it'll build confidence, Paula. If you role played every day and someone said, hey, blah, 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 in a house, you're like, hey, I've been here 1,000 times, but you might not have. But to your mate in the office you have.
I just wrote that down in the with Bill Harris. I was like, I need to role play.
Yeah, role playing's good. Just make it easy, like half an hour, done. 1,000 homes, 50% market share, we've spoken about that. Have an area rhythm, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, 6 months CMA. That's the thing I'm going to focus on right now. Girls, take your heels off, put your sneakers on, and walk the streets. Walk the streets hand delivering letters. I can promise you, and I never make a promise unless I can keep it, I can promise you, if you get up in the morning, or at a time that suits you, and go hand deliver letters, 2 or 3 streets a day, over the next 10 years, you will feel like that area needs to be yours. I'm telling you. The universe rewards effort. And when that call comes in, there is nothing better than the lady goes, hello Matt, I'm Mrs. Jones from 30 Hilltop. And you go, Mrs. Jones, with a yellow letterbox, a frangipani tree in the front. You know my house? Yes. The listing presentation starts there. Because you've earned that space. For so many years, I just walked the streets handling letters. You know what I used to say to myself? I will be number one, I will be number one, I will be number one, I will be number one. That's what I used to tell myself. You will only ever live the story in your mind.
Do you still do it?
No, I'm over it. Yeah, no.
You still role play?
Long past that one.
Do I?
Role play
You
too?
still role play?
Now you just did that. I'm the best. I'm the best.
Yeah, no.
Oh, right.
I don't role play. No, I don't. I'm actually like going through a bit of a challenge at the moment with time.
What do you mean?
Like, Like, I am so time poor. So Tara works with me over here. And Taylor down there. So there's two girls who just joined me. And I have too much volume going on. Like, it's very hard to manage at the moment. So many people, listings, things. This is what I mean about 2 million. Careful what you wish for. It's like...
Are they on your core area? Or
No, just everywhere.
So you spoke earlier about that guy saying
Everywhere.
no thanks.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
that, you just asked him?
No.
No. Okay, so
Like-
you take on me.
Yeah. Yeah, because for me to like compete with Jaunts and all that, I had to list and sell everywhere. Like, we sold 200 properties last year, and it's like, you know, they don't come out of my core area. But funny enough, sometimes people in my core area now think I'm too successful to sell their houses. So challenges, you know, things come. Just got to manage it. Yeah. So anyway, that's for another day.
Man, do you feel there is a point where
Like
it
the
is,
therapist there.
do you feel like there is a level where it is unmanageable?
Yeah.
Or is
Right
that-
now. Yeah, but I've got to empower other people to become better and hopefully get better than me.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at now. Yeah. So walking your streets is good. What time is it? 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
Yes.
Did you used to role play with your kids in
Every day. Yeah, myself, by myself, yep, wife or colleagues. Just like this. They just drive along and say, hey Paul, let's pretend you don't like my marketing. Yeah, just do it. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah? You can do it with me. Come up. We will have lunch together and we'll role play and talk, and I'm going to make you the most confident woman in the world. Okay?
This is not the
Yeah. All right, great.
Well, I'll come down and see you if you don't ring me.
No, I'll definitely come on.
Okay, let's do that. So this is the best tool I've ever used in my core area. Years and years ago, I started, it's still the best today. I know there's online and I know there's all this, and we'll talk about that in a second. The CMA delivery is drop a letter off, 10 houses, call the people, say, hey, I dropped the letter off yesterday. They usually say I didn't get it, or I don't want it or something. And you say, I've got a report, can I just leave it at your doorstep? And they usually say no. And I say, oh, no, I'm not selling. And then I say to them, it's for people that aren't selling their house. It's free, Mrs. Jones is getting one next door. Can I just leave it at your doorstep? They go, all right, just leave it there.
So you're calling them before you actually go into the door?
Yes. It's in the delivery where the power is. Okay? It takes a lot of time. It took me years to get across my whole core area. But then I'd take a picture of their house, I'd put it on the front, on the covering letter, then I would put it together and drop it off on the third day. Hey, it's Matt from McGrath, here's your report. So I wouldn't leave it at their doorstep, I just say that so they'd say yes,
Yeah.
and then I'd give it to them.
Yeah.
But when you look into somebody's eyes, you remember them. And you've made an effort, you don't ask them anything, you just give it and run, and they go, wow. People would ring me back and say, this is really cool, thanks. Bang. As soon as you get to that, your area is going to convert from asking to giving.
Can I say something? I had a similar report put together, just thinking of a new core area. And I was doing that, I thought that's the best way to do it, not getting everyone's looking at it face to face. But halfway through I started thinking, oh, is this actually going to make any difference to actually dropping it? But I actually got a call and someone was like, oh, you know, I want to do something. So I think that doubt obviously crept in, but if I
You
had,
can't see it.
yeah, but if I had stuck at it, there would have been a return.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. If you do it with a photo on the front of their house, it makes it even better again.
So if their house specifically, give it to them.
Yeah. Call me, I've got all the scripts and things, and I'll give it to you, and I'll show you how to do it. But you've got to be committed to doing it over years.
Yeah.
Because it'll take a while. You only do 10 days.
Which is
Yeah?
right.
Okay. So what's your online space at the moment? I think you need to be aware of this. What is that for you? I have nothing really, I have one thing, Ask Matt, which is taking forever to build. Like, it's happening, but it's like, I want people in my core area to write questions to me about selling their house. So if I can connect with them, I'm here and do videos for them and educate them and talk about why are some agents lowering fees and why higher and whatever. Then I go to somebody's house and it's not this whole wrestle thing going on. I can't stand that. Oh, your other agent's 1.5%. Well, go with them then. You know, like, I don't want to talk about it. You know, what a great place to be if it's just not an issue, because you've earned the right to sit there and say, do you ever go to a specialist and go, hey, that hip operation is $3,000 more than Bullhead down the road. I'm going to go to Bullhead. You don't, it's fix my hip. And what do you usually say to the doctor or your friends? Who is the best? I just want to be the best. So there's no who else, what else. And I love when I say to people, go with that agent at 1.5%. Go with them. You go, what? Let's just go. I'll give you their number. Give them a call. Get them to sell your house. Well, we don't really want to. Cool. Well, let's talk. Great. Who likes to wrestle around that cheaper agent thing? No marketing, free marketing. Well, that's good. Fine. Get them to free marketing. Go with them. They can do free marketing. What are you actually going to get for that? When you just like disarm the thing, it's like a school teacher. Free marketing down there. Cool. Awesome. Let me know how it goes. You know, what's your online space? Young people, old people, it doesn't really matter. You have to have something around what are you building over time. Because you're going to get left behind. I have my owners watch Monday Starters, they watch whatever else I do on there, Ask Matt, all these things. And I'm slowly building it. I love when owners say, we watch your videos every Monday. I think, bang. Well, there is no competition.
You tap into some of Logan's followers.
Some of them. Well, he's not doing it at the moment. Like he's, yeah. Anyway, chasing girls everywhere now. But yeah, you're right. My 13-year-old son, he's got a big presence. Like he goes to the skate park and things, all girls run up to him and people, and it's like, ah. He's got no idea, but he's like, but he's built that profile. So why don't we do that in real estate? Who has a good online presence at the moment? Let's work on it together. I'm happy to spend time, another time down the track. Let's get together again and let's share ideas and do whatever and see if we can help.
It's going to be my question.
Yeah.
If you've just started out as an agent, how would you start an online space? Like, where do you begin?
Yeah, I've got a great video I did for an agent on the northern suburbs in Sydney. Had that same thing, like competing against established agents. All you need to do is start educating people on selling houses. That's all you need to do. It's like your CMA sort of thing. Just be there and be there. So in my core area, I do a video every Friday. It's called Ask Matt, and I just do a topic. I just pretend people ask me questions. No one's asking me questions. Great question this week. Why is my home not selling?
Change what the road asks.
Yeah, exactly right. But what I do is I get 1,000 deals delivered every Friday. And it says, go to your computer, look at the latest video. Over the next year, 2, 3, that will build. But the thing is, you've got to do it when you feel like you're not getting anywhere. When you're watching, you're doing videos for no reason, because only Tara's watching them, or Taylor. You know? You look weird. Right, so I want you to think about it. All those, just those 3 platforms, whatever it is. 15-15. It's our mantra in our team. 15-15. 15 listings, 15 sales. That's where our profit's good, that's where everything happens right, that's our minimum every month. What's that for you? Is it 5 and 5? Is it 2 and 2? 10 and 10? And you need to tell a story around it, like that's where you actually are. And what happens is your energy will shift and your vibration. People always say, how do you stay so consistent? Every month, every month, every month. It just goes up from there. Because that's what I've made my energy set. My vibration is that. And things just happen around it. I could go out and try and find 15 listings, and I won't find them. But I could be that person who radiates 15 listings, and they come to me. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Tell yourself that story, and it's going to come over time. Just don't look for it to come. Just know it's going to come. Yeah? By the way, that's my business plan. Beat that, Phil Harris. Did you get it? That's my business plan. That's it. Don't worry about that. What's your brand look like in the marketplace? Girls, what do you think of Prada? Come on, Paula. Yeah, you will. I'm going to help you. Apple, I love Apple. Some people use Samsung and I think, why? But some people love Samsung. But it's for me, I feel weird if I wasn't using Apple. You've got to put your own brand up there. Jimmy Choo. Jimmy Choo. I love girls' shoes, handbags, and hair. I'm sure I was gay in a last life. I don't know why. But look at McGrath. McGrath fits there. Who likes McGrath? Yeah, it's got a resonance about it. I wouldn't work for anybody else. I'd go be a baker or something if I wasn't working for McGrath. But it's like, it's taken a long time to build that. So what's your personal brand? How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Good looking.
Thank you.
22. I'm not going to. 22. You got the world ahead of you. What's your brand going to look like in 10 years?
Massive.
Yeah, you need to think about that. It needs to be up there. So when people see it in the marketplace, they feel something about it. Everything you do needs to reflect that, like everything. Do you get it? Yeah. I want you to be that. 32. I want it to be bigger than McGrath. Yeah. I'm going to finish on this, all right? Let's do a couple here, I think. Okay. So here's the energy thing. This is the most important thing, not just for real estate, for your life. This is emotions here. Around contentment. Who likes feeling content? Yeah? It's got a steadiness about it, doesn't it? All the good stuff happens up the top. All the stuff happens down here. But here's the thing. When it goes like that, you're creating it. You're actually creating everything. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your energy, your emotions are the thing that's telling you. So
Your actions.
yeah. But your thoughts will create an emotion. And then how you feel is saying, Olivia, that crap owner's coming in about 3 days. Because you're anxious and you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to learn to vibrate at the top. How you start the day, that's why I protect it so much in the morning. How you start the day will go. And you've just got to have it in bite-sized chunks. Don't think about your whole life, just today. So go to bed feeling the best that you can. Have you ever gone to bed arguing with your partner and you wake up still thinking about the same thing? Yeah? So when you go to sleep, your energy stops. All the momentum stops. But you will pick up where you last left it. Because that vibration is still there, and real and raw and all that sort of stuff. So your job is to manage you, nobody else. You get it? This is why I don't have, things happen, but I don't let them, I take the bounce and go again. Does it hurt? Yeah, it hurts. But I don't let it, I don't carry it around with me. So down here, where's lack of confidence, Paula? Here.
Insecurity.
Look what you are sometimes, Nadia.
Do you have affirmations before you go
No.
to sleep, or like any mantras or anything?
Relaxed.
Just relax.
Relaxed.
Do you meditate?
No. I find it very difficult to meditate,
Just
but I surf.
Okay.
I'll go for a run. I'll do something like that. Maybe that's ADD meditation, but it is, I've learned to calm my energy so much. People quite often deal with me and say, you're so calm all the time. But inside I might be feeling like a duck swimming, like my legs. But I've learned to steady it. I still get anxious, all that sort of stuff, but you can't be drawn into it. Because all I say to myself, if I'm drawn into that, I'm going to live a life like that. But I'm in control of it. So when people aren't aware of it, they let their emotions control them. So if this is the number one most important thing for your outcome, your success, your life balance, your balance, what's your job now? What's your job right now? From this point onwards, what's your number one job?
To get consistency in my days.
Yeah,
Rhythm.
to be steady emotionally. That's your number one job.
Do you consciously speak slower and calmer because you're very calm and
Yeah, I do.
very level? Like my emotions fluctuate. My hands, I get
Yeah.
vocal
Yeah.
in the office.
Yeah.
Everybody is
Haven't seen that.
Yeah. You got to learn it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you put a kid on a bike, and that's why they have training wheels. They've got to learn it. They've got to learn the feel of it. It's taken me 15 years, 20 years of constantly feeling my way through this. You know, And if you put yourself in that zone more often, you don't want to live out of the zone. Because magic happens. I can literally feel when I'm clicked in now. And when I'm clicked in, funny enough, things come. I'm not chasing the 2 million because it's already coming. So understand this. I won't go on about this too much. When you think about something, it's already vibrationally made. Now you have to line up with it emotionally and energetically, and it will come into your world. Is that too far out there for you?
How did you come to this? I mean, I get it, the whole energy, but what did you learn this from seminars or conferences, or did you see somebody? Like, how did you come to this?
So the law of attraction is real, and I want you to follow a lady called Esther Hicks. Esther Hicks. I only listen to her in my car, and sometimes music. That's all I listen to. And what you observe, you become, because it changes your energy set. I never want anyone to watch the news again. Never. I don't understand why they put a show of crapness all together and people sit there for an hour watching everything bad that's happening in the world. I don't understand it.
Or AM radio.
Yeah, well that's exactly right.
Whinges.
Yeah, be very selective what you allow in now. People, whatever. And the funny thing is, the more steady you get, the less people like that come into your world. Yeah?
The power of the subconscious mind, is that something I'm reading
Yeah.
about at the moment?
Yeah,
and
that's
that
exactly
seems
right.
like everything that you're saying now
Yep.
is exactly what I'm reading in that
Yes.
at the moment.
Yes.
And trying to
Yep.
get my head around it, actually.
Yes. It takes a while, but the next thing will come, the next thing will come, and just be okay with it. Just be okay with life. Anxiety comes from not being okay, thinking you're going to be somewhere, doing
Just
something,
trusting
space,
it
whatever.
and letting
Yes.
it go. That's what
Yes.
I was like.
The universe has your back. You just got to be as relaxed and connected as you can. Doesn't matter how much money you have. It's all going to work out fine. And if you knew that, would you worry? No, don't worry.
It's a nut.
Worry is the enemy of success, I'm telling you. Okay, peace of mind, we'll finish. Yeah, we're finishing this. So peace of mind is super important. For you young people, just don't get into debt. Just don't. Afterpay should be banned from this universe. Afterpay. Have you got afterpay? Nothing? Yeah, don't ever use it. You have choice right now to set yourself up forever or to make your life real hard. Finances can make your life real hard. You don't need a lot of money to live. How much money do you need to eat rice and tuna? Not much. So you're okay. But no one will care if you're driving a BMW, a Mercedes, or a Toyota. No one will care. And when you can't pay the bills, or it's stressful, you will care. And then you go into somebody's house, radiating desperation. If you go out and party and spend $500 a weekend on drink and pills and all that sort of stuff, I don't know if you do, I'm booking you.
Just to get out of here.
Yeah. I want you to, instead of doing that, still have some fun every now and then, but I want you to learn about compound interest. And make that your drug. Buy a property as soon as you can. Cheap, somewhere. As cheap as you can. Hard in Sydney. Yeah? I want you to make a whole lot of good decisions.
Don't get married young.
Yeah, exactly right. But I want you to make a whole lot of good decisions.
Everything is
Okay? And in 10 years' time, you'll be set up for life. You can literally make your fortune in 10 years, and you can set yourself up forever. I often wonder why people get to 65 and they're on a pension. They created that. They created it. Nothing wrong with that. It's just where they're at. But no matter where you're at in life, even if you're past the point you're sitting in here with a mortgage that's too big, sell your house. Sell your house. If you can't afford it and it's stressful, go sell your house. Go and rent somewhere modest. Get on your feet again. Get peace of mind. Because there's one thing about peace of mind, it has power attached to it. When you wake up every day and you're not chasing the hamster in the hamster wheel, you're just trying to stay afloat, you can breathe. And when you can breathe, you have more. And when you have more, you don't need anything. And you will learn the art of emotional steadiness. but you need peace first. And that's it today.
Brilliant.